instantly react. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, next, I'd like to ask, how does Haitian voodoo use white Jesus?
They're what is it? 70% of Haitians are Christian, but they're all 100% voodoo.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the most that I can say is that when I was with my god sister Atasa. So hit the skull emoji for my god sister Atasa.
Yes, Atasha.
When we were in the mountains in Tigua, and this woman was she was at a temple, and she was like on a cliff, and she was like, Yeshua! Yeshua! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! And it was echoing. And my god sister said, she doing all that shit. Jesus don't hear her. We in fucking Haiti. What does she mean? The Lord are here. They are here right now. Jesus don't hear you. He's not going to hear your prayers. You still poor. You still broke. You still in Haiti. She went off. And they work with Jesus down there. But anyway, that's being said, Jesus doesn't have... there's definitely synchronicity using the saints of Catholicism, synchronizing those particular deities, but it's to add power to the ritual or to even just to disguise the work to the general public. Mm-hmm. So it serves those purposes. It's not for veneration of European inventions, especially white Jesus. So
Hello.
Sociologically, there's definitely a huge influence on the ways in which Haitian people practice Haitian voodoo, but Christianity does not influence Haitian voodoo, the religion.
God.
So that's just that. But let's talk about Jesus working slow. So y'all said that Jesus works slow.
He does.
And sometimes we get clients because it's Black Spectrum Network, and we know that our clients are more likely than not going to come from a Christian background. Mm-hmm. They've worked with Jesus. Jesus worked slow. They prayed all their life. They've given up on religion, given up on spirituality. They don't think prayer works, meditation works. They're skeptical about magic. What can they expect from spiritual work? From the spiritual work that you all do, what can they expect? Because they've given up on Jesus, now we got to lead them somewhere else. Ooh. Somebody comes to y'all for a cleansing bath. A general cleansing bath.
So,
okay.
Should they get baptized or should they?
Let me try to give a very quick pre-primer course in African spirituality.
Bonjour, I'm Pastor Dr. Quintari Shakir, otherwise known as Negrezo. If you can't get enough of our content for as little as $2 a month, you can get these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. That's www.patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network.
Your ancestors, you know what I mean? That's what I do when I listen, and it matches, it fits, for the most part. And my ancestors have moved very quickly, way quicker than Jesus has, shade. Not to say that you still can't work with Jesus and work with your ancestors, people. If someone told me, well, Peach, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray to Jesus for you. I'm gonna say, oh, okay, well, light a candle too, girl. Something, because we got to speed this process along. I kind of don't want you praying to Jesus for me if it comes for healing, because he might come right before I take my last breath, because he got too many other people that he's working for. You know what I'm saying? I need help right now.
I also think that there's a distinction that we have to make. When we're talking about working with Jesus in a spiritual sense, or praying to Jesus in a spiritual way, versus working with Jesus in a magical way. Because Jesus is beneficial to work with, especially when you're talking about hoodoo, or I'm thinking specifically about like New Orleans voodoo, where they work with Jesus and the saints, because Jesus there's a lot of energy built into that agreement and understanding that we have. You know, there's a lot of people who believe in Jesus, who call on Jesus, who have prayed to Jesus. And so if you think about that, each one of those prayers being a deposit being made into this bank account. You get what I'm saying? You as a magician or an alchemist are actually able to withdraw from that account and use that energy to your benefit and in the work that you're doing. So from a magical perspective, I do think that there's some value in working with Jesus. But if you ask me spiritually who I pray to, then that's another story.
Yes, indeed.
I think the main point that I've heard from both of you all is that Jesus is most effective when he is integrated into African spirituality.
Yes.
That's the end result of what I've heard.
Yes.
Now, what I can say is that Loa can also translate into the word law in French. So the Loa are really just spiritual principles. I mean, they're also cosmic entities, people that have walked Earth. They're all of that. But Loa represents law or a law. So let's say, let me step outside of Haitian voodoo. Let me use something, Osun. Osun, I'm not an E5, so I'm just going to make this very scholarly. The ways in which people of the Yoruba culture use Osun, for example, such as soldiers going to war and them praying to Osun for their protection. Osun is the energy of unity, the energy of unification. And so wherever there is chaos, there is no Osun because there is no love. And in order to cure chaos, you must bring love to the situation. And if there's unity, then there is love. So if there is a situation where there is no love, there is no Osun. And if Osun is a law or a principle or a loa, then the law is that we need to
draw on.
Exactly.
It's a very scientific approach that you find in African spirituality versus Christianity, where I feel like it's just a catch-all. Just pray to God for everything. Just go ahead and just, pray to him. He'll do everything. Just pray. Whereas in African spirituality, it's like there's a diagnosis. What is the problem?
Very quickly, if Osun has patronage over love, beauty, unification, money, divination, what does Jesus have patronage over? Anyway, keep going. I'm listening.
I mean, I think that people believe that Jesus is, a silver bullet, like a one-stop shop.
Okay, so how is that? So I want to continue. I wanted you to continue your point where you're talking about how using God as a catch-all solution to every spiritual problem is an ineffective way of going about solving your problems.
I think it's ineffective because if you think about, so Eledumare is the Most High God, the creator of all that there is in the Ifa tradition. We understand that Eledumare is creating, always creating, whether, you look at that as the cycle of life and death, creation and destruction, whatever. Eledumare is busy, okay? He's busy. And so we don't need to go to Eledumare. We're grateful and thankful for our existence, and we understand that it is the Orumule and the Orisha that actually influence and impact our experience here on earth. And there are 401 Orisha. And so there is an Orisha that one can turn to for any and every situation that one might be experiencing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's very important to craft perfect and beautiful prayers, which, and I'm going to just plug my mentorship program, which will be beginning on September 7th, 2019. You can go to blackspectrumnetwork.com to find out about that. One of the things that we work with, or that we work on in that class, in that course, is prayer craft. It's very important to understand how to pray, who to pray to, when to pray, why you're praying, and all of those sorts of things. So African spirituality, in African spirituality, there's an understanding that there is a solution to your problem. Okay, there is a solution to your problem. There's nothing new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about Ifa, we're talking about a tradition that is at least 30,000 years old. One of the oldest traditions that we can observe on the planet, right? And so we know that there is a liturgy, a record, an understanding of every solution, of every issue that a person may encounter in this life. And for that, there's a solution. The Odu, which is the liturgy of Ifa, the literary product of the Ifa tradition. There are 256 Odu. And within each of those 256 Odu, there are 16 to 32 verses, and sometimes even more than that. And each one of those verses will address specifically an issue that a person is experiencing, whether it's adultery or a lack of money or resources, a particular health issue, a spiritual crisis. All of those are addressed in the liturgy of Ifa. And with every Odu, there comes a solution. There's a medicine built into it. Okay, there was a farmer, he had this particular issue, and this is what the Babalawo told him to do to fix it. Those issues still plague us today. You get what I'm saying? And so the only thing that I can tell people, and I open all of my readings this way, especially if it's a person that has never had a reading with me, is I'm going to give you solutions. And I don't mean solutions as in, tell you things that you should think about, things that you should consider that might help you. I'm going to say, listen, you need to do this to stop whatever is going on or to fix whatever is going on. And sometimes this could be that thing that you need to do. It may be a spiritual bath. It may be a medicine that you need to take internally. It may be something that requires performance on your part, such as an offering. It may be necessary for someone to do a sacrifice on your behalf. And by sacrifice, I'm talking about an ebo or an animal sacrifice. It could be any number of things. But the point being is that I'm going to tell you how to fix what ails you. I'm not going to tell you to just pray. Oh, just pray about it. Take it to the Lord. Yes, you're going to pray about it, but you're going to pray and also do this work. Right. It's very performance driven. And I think that that's the main difference. I think that really is like the whole thing, because in Christianity, you don't have a responsibility to help yourself. All you got to do is just fall to your knees, pray to God, and just hope that it changes. Mm-hmm. Have faith that it's going to change. Mm-hmm. In Ifa, you got to move your feet. You know what I mean? You have to move your feet. You got to make it happen, And so I think that does go back to what you mentioned earlier about a white man solving our problems. Like, they haven't done it yet. You guys, it hasn't happened. And it's not going to happen in your spiritual life if you're thinking that you can just pray to white Jesus and, your problems will be solved.
I mean, people need to have reasonable expectations with their spiritual work is what I would say. If you're coming to me for it and you're new to this, a lot of you all are coming from a Christian background. Jesus hasn't solved your problems. And then because Jesus has done nothing in your life, you jump to the other extreme thinking that I'm going to do everything in your life and you can just pay your problems away.
That's true.
I want you all to be, when it comes to spiritual work, and working, first of all, I'm not going to work with Jesus. The shit that I work with, I know it works and it works fast. Okay? But I guess what I'm going to say to this is when clients come to me and they are either disengaged from spirituality or disarmed from spirituality because of their negative experiences or lack of experiences with Jesus, I do pity them, but I feel like it's just one of those things that happen. It's so common for me, given my line of work. I'm literally rolling my eyes and just ready for this person to realize that what they are looking for that was outside of them is actually within them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And they are coming to me, again, on the other extreme, thinking that I'm going to fix all of their problems.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, I'm Priestess Peach Blossom. If you would like to learn how to work with your ancestors, you can book an Ancestor Life Path reading with me at www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. I look forward to working with you.
You give these people the solutions, and then they will talk to you almost as though the solutions are just suggestions. Just as you said. And here it is, I'm rehearsing to you how these solutions are going to fix your problems because you've worked with an entity that you couldn't trust, an entity that you didn't have a relationship with truly, an entity that you didn't know their genealogy, you didn't know how that deity has evolved, how people have treated it, used it, and a lot of that information about how to really work with that deity is lost in 4 other texts that you got to find on the internet or the dark web. So you're spiritually handicapped. You're walking with a spiritual limp. You come to me and you want to walk again. I understand that, but I'm not your legs. So I think that you, when you come to Black Spectrum Network, have an expectation that you are going to walk again. We're going to give you a medicine to help you walk again, but we can't make your legs move.
Mm-hmm.
This is called spiritual work, not spiritual easy.
Yeah.
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
It takes work. Faith without works is
It's
dead.
dead. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to work. When I give you the medicines that from your ancestors, you're gonna have to work. You shouldn't want me to go on your behalf.
Mm-hmm.
You should want to be involved in this process. I think, like you said, a lot of people just, like both of you said, just pray to Jesus and, oh, it might happen, and no. And you work with the ancestors. You might have to take spiritual baths. You might have to do that 3-4 days in a row,
Mm-hmm.
You might have to wake up at 2 a.m. and get on your knees and pray, next to your altar. You might, if you work with Nexo and Barong, you might have to sleep on the floor. There are just certain things that you're going to have to do, and it's not come to us and, oh, we give you a reading and everything's fixed. Readings are not magical, in that sense. So when you do come to us, be prepared to do the work. We'll do our part, but it will not work if you don't do your part.
I also think that, you should have an expectation when you are doing spiritual work or when you are working with a deity, any deity, you should absolutely expect or demand proof of power. You should demand proof of power. And when I say demand, I mean when you formulate your prayers and you are sure that you are crafting perfect prayers, there should be absolutely an expectation that that prayer will be answered. And if it's not, then I think that you must reevaluate your strategy. I don't think that people go to Jesus with that expectation. I think that people cower down and they say, Lord God, if I've been good enough, or if you could please, if you have some time today to think about me and remember me, if you could please just, make this white man take his foot off my neck and let my children be free, then, I was sure to appreciate it, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. And we have been waiting 400 years.
That weak ass prayer. First of all, that prayer is
We
weak.
have been waiting 400 years for that to happen. And so where is the expectation? Where is the proof of power? Why would you continue to do that same thing over and over again, expecting a different result?
That's insanity.
It is insanity, Have your prayers ever been answered? And I know some people have testimonies. I know people have testimonies. And I can attribute that to a lot of different things. And I'm not going to say that Jesus doesn't answer prayers. Far be it from me to say that. But I will say that in my personal experience, in my prayer life, in my life as a reverend, which I am an ordained minister, in my life as a priestess, and I am an Iyanifa, I will say that the Orisha work a lot quicker for me. And so that's where I go.
So yeah, white Jesus, black Jesus, Jesus in general.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Come on, Jesus.
Oh, Lady Osun said something that I was going to bring up. So, Lady Osun, forgive me. But anyway, Lady Osun came to me, and I have a journal with the hand of Fatima on it. It's nothing in particular. It's nothing special. I'm just remembering the journal. And I was taking notes on, and in this journal, it was the first journal I bought from Ross or whatever. But it was like, I was looking at it this morning. And I was looking at a consultation that I had given to her. And she came to me for some spiritual work. The spirits told her, pray, meditate, and she was telling me about this herbal bath that she had created. And the spirits were like, it's wonderful, do it. And they gave her, I looked back at it, they were like, do it for 9 days. Do this bath for 9 days. Now, did her spiritual work cost her anything other than a consultation? No. Not every time that you come to me for some spiritual work. Does it? I won't always do spiritual work for you because it's not always necessary for me to do. Under extreme, dangerous circumstances, I will go on your behalf to intervene in your situation. But most of the time, when y'all are purchasing spiritual work through me, I am actually recommending to you things that you can do for free that, you should have been doing anyway. Because you've worked with Jesus and he's neglected you and he didn't teach you anything intuitively. He intuitively didn't teach you how to care for yourself. You now come to me and then I give you information that's not from Jesus, but from your ancestors. And that's your solution. I think that what you can expect from spiritual work with me is that I will get in contact with your ancestors. Your ancestors are your lifeline. Your bloodline can be your lifeline or it could be your poison. They will take you out.
Whew.
I don't change lives, I change perspectives. That's what I can say. I don't change lives, I change perspectives. If my spiritual work, if I've done spiritual work for you, one thing that I know, it changed your perspective. Period, point blank. And if it changed your perspective, it changed your life. And if your life didn't change, your perspective didn't change, and you wasted your time, my time, and your money because you didn't do the work, and you paid me thinking that this was a genie, like, hey, I'm just going to pay my problems away. Q is going to go into the desert. He's going to find a genie lamp, make 3 wishes, and I'm going to be straight.
It's not how this works. It's not how any of this works.
I don't know what you all learned in the church. I don't know how the church taught you all about alchemy. I don't know how the church taught you. I don't know what the church taught you all about conflict resolution, goal setting.
So turn the other cheek.
That being said, we've talked about this in videos before that a lot of the teachings that you come about internalizing through Christianity are not applicable or relevant or effective when you're practicing as an African spiritual practitioner. And just know that I'm not telling you what I think. I'm not telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I live every day. And if you want to get like me, you're going to live like me and do what I do to get to where I am. And that did not involve me waiting on Jesus to fix my problems. I did the work with the help of people that were designated and assigned to my assignment.
Yeah,
and that's
support
powerful.
you on your path.
Yeah, that's very powerful. I tell people all the time. I still have very Christian friends, Kojic Baptists, and they have literally seen my life transform. And I even have my Christian friends come to me for readings, come to me to how to get this spirit out of my house. It's causing confusion. Your preachers come to us for readings.
Oh God!
Come on now, am I lying?
Well,
am I lying?
No.
I'm not
No.
lying. Your preachers know about this. They know that it works. I've actually heard
And they
of
tell
preachers,
y'all it don't work.
and they will tell you that it don't work because they want your money. But I've heard of preachers getting ebos.
Girl, I'm not even gonna go there.
You're not finna.
I'm not gonna.
I'm just telling you the
What?
truth.
You didn't even tell a preacher got an elbow through you?
Listen.
I'm not even gonna
Listen.
say
It
anything
happens.
about these double-minded, shucking and jiving, tap dancing ass Negroes
I had
that praise Jesus on Sunday.
a female minister doing readings on her congregation
Whoop.
through me last year. It was last summer.
What?
Yes. I don't know if I told her. I don't know if I told you about it, but no, I had a female. She was in the South. I was about to say the state, but she was in the South. She got one reading through me, but she was like, she's a pastor. She was getting readings on members of her congregation.
But there were also readers in the Bible. There was also people who practiced divination in the Bible. And you'll sit there and go to church every Sunday and let them tell you that we are evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're not. We've always been here. The people in the Bible always worked with their ancestors as well. Mm-hmm. This is not nothing new, you know. It's just...
And they did elbow.
Come on,
and they did elbows, and they made burnt offerings and blood offerings, and you know, but all of a sudden this is all so evil and foreign. You know, it's ridiculous.
It's right there.
You guys
in
have
your
been
Bible.
bamboozled and hoodwinked, run amok. Malcolm X told y'all. Then Denzel told y'all again, and now I'm saying it for the third time.
Well,
Greetings, I am Reverend Priestess Osun Funke, and I would like to personally invite you to apply for my mentorship program. The title of the program is Introduction to Pan-African Witchcraft. You can apply by visiting www.blackspectrumnetwork.com.
being said, I want to remind you all to get an ancestral life path reading
Yes.
through all of us.
Yes.
Because an ancestral life path reading are going to put you on the path of your ancestors. And even if your ancestors worship Christ, the ancestral life path reading will, as she said, make sure that you're the best Christian that you can be. I want to let you all know that we're not trying to convert you.
No.
We're just using our personal experience as evidence, and we hope that our personal experiences can minister to other people because we are intelligent and experienced enough to articulate them. We're not trying to convert you. We're just trying to say that there are many ways to find God. This is a way. This is a course in miracles. And we're not miracle workers.
Right.
But we will help you to find the miracle in your life because it comes from within.
Yes.
Purchasing the Ancestral Life Path reading is not only going to elevate your consciousness, but it's going to give you practical solutions and strategies that are going to quickly fix your problems. We literally could show you screenshots of a gallery of text messages where people have literally said to us, I set up this altar to the unexpected money. And we talking about large sums of money.
Yeah.
Very large sums of money coming to them because they're like, you know what, I'm going to spend that $100 on the Ancestral Life Path reading. I'm going to take my chance, and the next thing that they know,
they've been blessed.
They've been blessed 6 times over from taking the solutions, not the suggestions that you've given them. And then they're like, well, shit, this was an investment.
Yes.
And then they're just addicted and they love us.
Yes.
So if you want to love us as well, then you'll get an Ancestral Life Path reading because we are really trying to help you to get clarity and direction in your life.
And take responsibility for your experience. Take responsibility for your experience as a human being. Take responsibility for this life that you live. There is not some white man in heaven with long, silky blonde hair and blue eyes who is going to bless you out of the bullshit life that you're leading. He's not going to get you out of that call center. He's not going to make your husband love you. He's not going to make your children be good. He's not going to help you lose weight. Ooh. He's not going to get you out of debt. Ooh. He's not going to do any of those things. You're just going to keep going to church on Sunday and giving 10% of the $24,000 a year that you make, and you're going to continue to be miserable and sad.
Your life's gonna continue to get cut off.
Yeah, I'm just telling you guys the truth. Like, it's ridiculous to me. If it hasn't worked up until now, it's not going to change.
It's not going to change.
And I don't have to pull a card to tell you motherfuckers that. It's not going to change.
It's not.
I need you guys to be good at math. I need you guys to add up the investments that you've made up until this point and see if it's paid off.
I want you all to look at social trends in the African American community from 1964 up until 2019. Okay.
Thank you.
Because they actually were able to collect data from 1964 up until 2019 because black people were able to legally allowed to apply for any job that they wanted to, not to get the job, but to apply for the job. Ain't shit changed.
Okay.
Exactly.
And most African Americans identify as. Anyway,
as Christians,
we're going to end the show here.
It's best that we do.
Purchase a Life Path reading, please.
And be sure to check out the mentorship programs that both Nexo and myself have. They begin on September 7th. You can find out information about those by going to blackspectrumnetwork.com and apply. And the spaces are very limited. We each are only taking about 8 students.
8 students. Every round, we only do 8 students. Last time I had 20-something people to apply. Only 8 people made it. And I'm very, very glad to be working with those 8 people. Yeah. And if Lady Osun can just, let people know about her experience, I love you. But anyway.
Also, we're going to leave the live open for just a few more minutes. If you guys have testimonials about readings that you've had with us, work that you've had done, or your experience in the mentorship program, please help somebody and tell them about your experience, okay? This is the proof of power that we're talking about.
Yes. Definitely, y'all. These 2 have changed my life. When me and Q Nexo have been friends since high school, and who would have thought me and you would have grown to what we are? But I was very much so Christian when we knew each other, and y'all have changed my life. So please, if you want your life changed, if you want a better understanding of the world around you, these 2 take
BlackSpectrumNetwork.com.
Yes, Black Spectrum Network changes lives.
We all change lives. Yes. We're life changers.
Yes.
Black Spectrum, fix our life.
Yeah. Really?
Oh God, don't plant that seed.
Woo!
Well, I mean, I'm the closest to youngling that you're gonna get. I am.
But you're not gay no more.
I'm not gay no more.
You've been delivered.
Youngling's not gay.
I know, but okay.
Is she?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that. Don't do it.
Okay.
Anyway.
I don't need her fussing at me.
We love Ayana.
Yes, we do.
With that being said, we're going to end this week's episode of Sophisticated Sunday. I hope you all learned something, and I hope that you all will also tune in next week. Book a private reading with us. We're not fucking psychics. I just use the word psychic because it's interchangeable.
We need to do a whole show on that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't fucked up the outro. We are not psychics. We're not psychics. We are priests and priestesses, okay? It's not my job to tell you what's going to happen next Wednesday. I need you to know what's going on right now.
Hello.
I need you to know what's going on right now, that you are acting like you don't know, that you can't see, and that you need to be aware of, okay? I am not a psychic. I don't give a damn about what's going to happen next Wednesday.
Baron don't give a fuck about your feelings. Like, half the time, if you on the phone with me, you crying, all the other shit, I'm stale as fuck because I'm pseudo-possessed when I read, so it's just...
We gotta do the outro all over again.
I know, but...
And your ancestors don't care what's gonna happen next week. They want to handle that no good guy that's living in your house. They want him out. They want you to stop communicating with your friend that's blocking your blessings right now.
Mm-hmm. They want you to stop feeding your kids ramen noodles.
Whoop.
That's what they want. They want those children to have some leafy green vegetables.
Well, if I'm gonna throw shade, They want you to stop trying to get back with your estranged husband who's also molesting your kids, which I told you about in the reading. But somehow you forgot about that shit last year, bitch, and you keep on motherfucking calling me, asking about how you can get back with that motherfucking
You've been
pedophile.
delivered.
Not gay no more. All right, with that being said, thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of Sophisticated Sunday. I'm your reader, Nangzo, and I'm going to leave you with these words of wisdom from the rapper Dreezy. Drop it low. Okay, but for real. Gave mercy to these hoes. What would Jesus...
Ooh.
Damn, we fucking this out.
Woo!
Okay.
Completely.
Gave mercy to these hoes. What would Jesus do? I'm your reader, Nexo, and remember, the truth is always collaborative. Bye. That was good.
Ooh, that was really good. That was good.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
Okay, let me turn off this camera.
Yes.
Excuse me. Whew, it is so hot in this damn.
So fuel my fire, take me higher, I'll be your liar too. Cause when we're here, there's nothing better than the skyline view.